What mistakes then do you see writers make when it comes to outlining?
Oh, I think the biggest mistake I see writers make with outlining is like thinking that it has to be rigid and has to conform to a particular structure. Like the one that really drives me up a wall is the 3 act structure. Like, why? Who decided that stories need to come in 3 acts? I don't get it. And like humans are drawn to the number 3, so I think that has something to do with it. Like we just like threes, but also like there's no law that says your story has to have 3 acts in it. And honestly, I couldn't even tell you where the acts are in any of my books. I have no idea. Like I don't write with 3 acts in mind. And so some of these proscribed structures can be useful, especially if you're working in a genre that tends to be, I'm going to use a word that some people think is insulting. I do not mean this as an insult, that tends to be formulaic. I don't think that I don't think it's an insult though. It's a formula is a means of ensuring you're delivering the right kind of product for what your audience expects. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a great thing. And in fact, I think writers who can consistently deliver a product that an audience loves are amazing. I can't. I do my best. I always have a flop every couple of years. I've got a book that just bombs really hard. And I'm like, oh, I thought it was a good one, but everyone hates it. So what are you going to do? But for the most part, you need to keep it loose with an outline and allow the outline to kind of take whatever shape it needs to take to support the kind of story you want to tell. Like there's not one true method of storytelling. There's no one singular form story takes, not even in Western culture where we tend to have kind of one basic structure for story. But if you really look at stories, they don't all follow that like Jungian hero's journey story that everyone claims is the only Western, story form. But all stories have certain things in common. But they aren't all following a precise, inflexible pattern. And in fact, I think writers who are willing to take some risks with structure and with other elements of craft have a better chance of making it because their work will stand out a little bit more from the kind of scared writers who think if they don't do it right, they're not going to have a career at all. Like I haven't done a damn thing right in my career, not one single thing.
I'm sure that's not true.
No, it's really not. Like it has been a weird, sad, jagged, backwards road to get to where I am right now. Like I have gone in through the back door to become a professional author. In fact, the back door was closed, so I like climbed in through a window. And sometimes I think I like chiseled a hole through the wall and just crawled in that way. But here I am, like I'm writing books for a living. And I think that should tell most writers something. I'm a writer who takes risks. I don't, everyone told me, oh, you have to keep a novel under 100,000 words. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
Rules? Who needs rules?
Yeah, exactly.